2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
At home, the Rockets don't hold anything back, whether it comes to their clothes or their effort on the floor. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. And that shot should leave no doubt as to where we are tonight. It's the Toyota Center here in downtown Houston, Texas. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, James Harden is both famous and infamous with his skill at getting to the foul line. Some don't like it, but Harden says free throws are a part of basketball. Either you're going to foul me or I'm going to score. Putting the pressure on the defense like that is tough. That's what makes a good player. Kevin, no lies told there.
Well, no doubt, David, he is one of the best. Thank you. And tonight, two experienced teams, Chris. We're going to see what's something you learned as a veteran that you wish you had known as you were just entering the NBA.
It's one thing that you could not have learned, and that's pacing. How to pace yourself during the game. As a rookie, you're playing, coming from college, and the game is so slow in college. And when you come to the NBA, you figure, wait a minute, this 24-second shot clock, that's not much. But you realize after about 4 times up and down the court, wait a minute, how do I figure this out? How do I switch gears? How do I lock in and play defense and then run my butt off to the other end as fast as I can to get an easy layup? And a lot of those things is not about being in shape, but the mentality and understanding how to take advantage of the next play.
Yeah, I like that. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's Rondo in at the point guard position. And for the Rockets, Tucker and Capella are up front. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Lakers shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. First one falls for him.
Well, the Houston Rockets, not exactly a balanced offense. I mean, they lean so heavily on James, but you can't argue with the results.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Westbrook finds Harden. And some nice passing there by Houston. Tucker, the pass to Westbrook. It's stolen by Davis. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. 2 points. That one goes. And see Webb with the Rockets offense. The numbers speak for themselves.
Oh, yeah, Kevin.
Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
James, the pass to Davis. Good, and the assist goes to James.
Oh, no hesitation to get it to the rim. He uses his height advantage to convert the easy.
It's stolen by Green. Down low. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And that's now 6 points for Anthony Davis. Westbrook scanning the floor. He gets it in there.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
A baseline J. It's rebounded by Houston.
And looking back, an underrated part of the DeRozan-Kawhi trade, the Raptors also getting Danny Green. Green, one of the better 3-and-D wings in the league, way more than a throw-in.
Comes up empty down low. Rockets trail by 4. Westbrook drives in, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Westbrook's got 6 points.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
James, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the Houston Rockets.
James is a workhorse down deep. When he's close to the basket, you better wrap him up.
It's his first trip to the line.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Free throw good, LeBron.
Well, the GOAT watch continues. Every year, every accomplishment goes into the analysis. I mean, LeBron will probably never be able to escape it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Daniel House has checked in for P.J. Tucker. Gerald Green comes in for Gordon. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. That one is no good. Rockets trail by 3. Here's Harden. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Caldwell Pope.
Oh, he's mastered the art of drawing fouls. Harden's led the league in free throws time and time again.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
That one is off.
And it's clear that the Beard is a special player, a clutch performer. He loves to play the game of basketball.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. Troy Daniels comes in for James. And he sinks the second. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here is Cook. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. 6 to shoot. Cousins trying to free himself up. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And that one's good. House.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Offline with his 3. Let's go. And Houston again with the bucket. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Rockets on top as they end the first quarter on a 9-1 run. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stops to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And Greg, nowadays, it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heel.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. as the second quarter getting going right now. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
Austin Rivers is out there with Harden. Then it's Green. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's House in at the power forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Green against Caldwell Pope. Green dishes to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, what really separates Capella is his explosiveness around the rim. My goodness.
And thinking back to when Gerald Green first came into the league, oozing with athleticism, but really not much else. Now he's a completely different and better player than when he first arrived.
Rockets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Harden kicks to Green, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
For the Rockets, P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Gordon comes in for Gerald Green. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for James Harden. And then for Los Angeles, Kyle Kuzma's checked in for JaVale McGee. Avery Bradley comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Quinn Cook. Back to Rondo. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Bradley. Over Gordon. And it's Bradley. That time on the assist by Rondo. Bradley's got his first points in this one. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Trailing by 2. And as amazing as Green was in his dunking as a younger player, he needed to grow as a player.
And the time he spent overseas, I think, really helped with his development and confidence. Came back to the NBA, and really since his return has been a great weapon off the bench for whichever team he's suited up for.
Rockets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Westbrook, and Westbrook throws it down.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
Hey, guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
For Houston, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Rivers can't get it to go.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Inside, here's Bradley. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. And that's now 6 points for Avery Bradley. Rondo against Westbrook. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Rondo scanning the floor. 34 seconds left in the first half of the game. Shot clock at 5. Goes up on the high post. The Rockets pull it in.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Rivers with it. No points in the game yet for him. Fires the 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Now it's a 3-point Houston lead.
Oh, it's big when Rivers connects from outside. Really helps space the entire floor for a squad.
And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up. And even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad they're going to get those points. It wasn't too long ago that they wouldn't even have looked at it on the monitor. But replay's here, and it's here to stay for situations just like that one.
So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. AD, you see how they're playing you in the first half. What's the adjustment going to be?
So we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in warm-up. So we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
I have never heard anyone say it starts in warm-ups until now. Thanks, AD. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
They were really efficient, great approach offensively. Their shot selection was first rate. They were always working hard to get good looks. That can't change in the second half. They need to be just as well organized as they have been so far.
And over to Kenny, your takeaway on the Lakers.
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. While you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Green and Rondo in the backcourt. And it's LeBron in at the 3 spot. Rondo on top. Back to LeBron. Well, the NBA is entertainment. You know, Chris, it also can have a very social impact in a positive ways. Guys like Kyle Korver have spoken out. The Jazz took action last season. Chris, how do you feel the league has responded to issues like discrimination?
Well, I think the league has done a wonderful job, better than any league. First of all, we acknowledge it. You don't just throw it under the rug and say there's no problem here. And that may be the toughest, to be able to acknowledge that. And then secondly, to make quick, sweeping decisions, I think has also been awesome too. But I don't think any league in the history of sports has had more players speak up for issues in society than ours. Let's go back to Bill Russell and others, the way that they started the game and came in. We have to love it, and I love the fact that the league is not scared of the narrative, and we work together. And by the way, that Kyle Korver article was so awesome. It was so vulnerable for him to write that. And when you have players like that, no matter what color, that are selfless to speak out to make society better, then it's not just good for the game, but it's great for all of us. So kudos to Kyle, the Jazz, and everyone doing all they can do to make things better for everyone.
Absolutely. Kuzma outside on the wing. Green to end the run. He squares up and sinks it.
They needed that. I mean, they were getting a little tense after starting the half 0 for 3.
Now here is Harden to the middle. Here's Gordon. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Gordon's got the lead up to 8 now for the Rockets.
He is showing how effective he can be. It's crucial that Gordon plays with confidence close to the bucket.
Chris, as we know, the season began a year ago for Eric Gordon with some poor shooting numbers. Then, halfway through, he blossomed.
Yeah, Kevin, and as you know, he kept focusing all year. He just kept shooting. And he got better and better and better. His confidence wasn't shaken by it. He still took a ton of threes, and then down the stretch, they started dropping. And you know what he did when that started happening? Drive into the hole because the defense had to respect his shot.
The Rockets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And the first one drops.
Yeah, and you got to count the poor health for the Lakers last season, hampering their ability to compete. The longest injury layoff in LeBron James' career. And all told, more than 200 games missed to injury, Kev.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Daniel House has checked in for P.J. Tucker. Gerald Green comes in for Eric Gordon. And it's Rivers in for James Harden. And the Lakers parting ways with their head athletic trainer from last season and hoping for more health this year.
Wow. Well, we all know it's a result-oriented business. I mean, luck can play a big role with injuries, believe me. Teams count on their training staff to keep players in the game.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
The Rockets making a switch here. Gordon's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. He just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
Right side, Westbrook. Lob pass to Capella. McGee with the block, and he gets it back. Shot by Gordon, wide open. The Rockets again can't hit.
He's his own worst enemy right there. I mean, he has time, he has room, and for some reason, he shoots a leaner.
James looking around. Caldwell Pope the bounce pass. 8 feet away. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Davis.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Westbrook finds Rivers. Outside Gordon. Pass to Westbrook. And the shot is long.
Oh, you hate to let those easy chances slip.
How about that, Kevin?
What range on that shot?
That was from the parking lot.
Oh. That's amazing. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Houston on top, leading by just 2. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. Tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. The Lakers trail. The forwards are Gordon and Tucker. Rivers out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Capella in at the center. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Here's Davis. He nails it, and we're tied up.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
And the basket by Gordon.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Rivers. And here comes the break. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Davis.
Well, the Rockets are a team that is pushing NBA theory to the extremes with how they approach offense.
Well, yeah, every year they seem to go more toward threes or free throws. I mean, you can't fault them as it consistently works for them, though. I mean, it's like watching a team experiment with what makes an NBA offense.
And that one falls for Westbrook. The Rockets making a switch here. Harden's checked in, and the Lakers also making a change. Danny Green, he's checked in for Bradley. And both free throws good for Westbrook. Lakers trail by 5. James outside to the inside. And Capella sends it back.
Can't throw weak stuff around Capella. He takes pride in sending shots back.
Westbrook kicks it out to Gordon. And Tucker has it in the corner. Lob pass to Capella. The shot comes out.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Cousins, no good.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Oh, you got to be cautious around James. He's always on the hunt to swat away shots. Defense in your rear view may be closer than they appear.
Green kicks to LeBron. Off the left rim and out.
He makes a lot more of those than he misses. Not sure what threw him off right there.
Here's Harden. Lays it up off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 7.
Harden's strength is part of what makes him special. Able to score through all kinds of contact.
And the Lakers call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
Checked in for the Lakers. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
During that break, Frank Vogel had some real words for his team. He said, "This is where we make our move. This game's going to come down to big plays. Whichever team makes them is going to come out of here with the win." Kevin, you know what side he's on.
Growing up before our eyes, Kuzma, shots like this reinforce the fact that he's the real deal.
Westbrook against Rondo. Gordon for 3. That one's not going to go. And the Lakers going the other way now. On the wing, Green. Here's Davis. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
1:16 left in the 4th. The drive by James. Fades away. Rebounded by Tucker. Houston leading by 5. Here's Westbrook. The wing jumper off target.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot, plain and simple. He's trying to force something that's rarely a good idea. And James loves these big moments. He isn't afraid to shoot it when the game is on the line.
On the wing, Harden launches it, connects from 3-point range. And the Rockets lead by 6.
It's winning time. Harden knows his job description.
There's 31 seconds left to play here in the 4th. The offensive rebound, and they go to the intentional foul. A bucket here would give them a bit more room.
True, but no need to rush it. Play smart.
Russell Westbrook. 2 shots.
And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Timeout called the Lakers. They're down by 7. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. For our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And it's Green missing. And it's Houston's ball. They lead by 7. Well, this one is winding down now. Houston can watch the clock run out. And here is Capella. So Houston wins it. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Russell. Congrats on the win. How are you guys able to stay in front down the stretch?
Just try to be aggressive. And we did a good job in all game of staying aggressive. Our defense was key towards the end, and we did a good job of closing the game out.
Great effort at both ends, Russell. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.